Hello everyone. I wanted to do a video talking about how we grow with our deck as time goes by. Vincent is playing in the background and so is Tallulah, so you probably hear them both today. I love the Messenger Oracle deck and talked about that in the past. But over the past month, I've been using the Messenger Oracle deck by Ravynne, Phelan. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. And I've had some incredible experiences using this deck as a clarifier with a tarot deck. So there are a lot of different viewpoints about this between tarot readers, and different tarot readers find that different things work for them. I like using oracle decks as a clarifier for a tarot spread. And I will do a video on this. I don't think I've done one yet, although several people have asked me to, so I will be sure to address that if I haven't up to this point in the near future. I think that it's a fun way to clarify, and I also find that sometimes number one, if you're not getting a clear answer, perhaps it's not something that you should be doing a spread on if you're reading for yourself or for someone else. And number two, I find that if I can get to a space where when I am looking for a clarifying card, that I am drawing too many tarot cards and I'm convoluting my spread. And so I like the fact that with an oracle deck as my clarifier, I only draw one card. And that's it. And I don't let myself draw like 7 cards for clarification. So in that respect, I love using oracle decks as clarifiers. That being said, there are only certain decks that I will use as clarifiers. I don't, they have to be an oracle deck that I feel really comfortable with and that I've used quite a bit. So I've really been loving the Messenger Oracle deck and using that as a clarifier almost for every single spread that I've been doing lately, and just using them on their own as a secondary spread attached to a tarot spread. And I've been having the most fascinating experiences with this deck lately, again, on its own and as a clarifier. And so I just wanted to kind of do a little video talking about how we grow with our decks over time, and why sometimes when we purchase a deck, maybe we like the deck and we have a great experience with it, but as we continue to work with it and as time goes by and perhaps we take a break from using the deck for a period of time and then we start using the deck again, we find that the relationship deepens and grows and that we have new things to bring to each other, the deck and the person using the deck as well. You okay, buddy? Okay. So I have been having, again, incredible experiences with this deck. It really helps me to get clarity for the messages that are coming in. And I like the fact that the guidebook isn't too in-depth, because this keeps me from doubting myself and wanting to go back and look, because I know that the guidebook is really meant to be just a jumping off point and that she kept it that way for that reason. So I have been able to develop my own unique meanings for each card in this deck, and each time I use them I have a new experience and another meaning gets added to the card, and there's another layer, and people have very comforting reactions to this deck. They love the artwork and they get a message that's clear, but that isn't, it's done in a very loving way through the artwork. And so quite often I don't even really have to say anything. They see an image like this one. Here are the old ones. And let's see. I need to move from this spot. They hear a message, they see the message like here are the old ones, and they automatically know themselves, for the most part, what it is that they need to do. And so it's very easy to have a conversation with someone with this deck. It's very easy for them to feel comfortable enough to share what's coming forth for them with this deck. And so while my first review of this deck was a great one because I absolutely loved it, and I love the artist and I love her artwork, and just knew that this was going to be a wonderful deck for me, one that I was going to keep working with, you know, for the rest of my life. You can see as time goes on that this actually does happen if we choose to work with the deck. And even if we take a break and we go back to working with the deck, time creates a depth of relationship that's really, really beautiful and encouraging and exciting. So I would say that to you if you have the decks that you're working with. Allow the relationship to grow in its own organic way, and don't necessarily maybe write a deck off because you're not using it constantly or anything like that. There are seasons to everything, there are cycles to everything, and there are cycles to the decks that we work with as well. And also there are cycles to when the decks want to come forth and work with other people too. And there are times when certain decks just want to work with me, or they just want to work with other people, or they want to step back for a little bit and another deck needs to come forward. So I just wanted to share my experience with the Messenger Oracle, the growth that we've been having in our relationship, and the depth that these cards bring to any kind of divination, psychic work, meditative work. And this is an incredible deck. It's one of my favorite decks to have under my pillow at night and to sleep with. I think it really aids in the dream time and bringing back symbolism and messages and all of that great stuff. So, yeah, feel free to share with me the deck that you're having a new deepening relationship with and exciting changes with that. You know, you thought you loved enough already, and then all of a sudden there's more love, or maybe you didn't think you liked the deck and you ended up absolutely loving it and you're having an amazing relationship with it. I would love to hear about that. So I'm wishing you all many blessings, and we're all getting over being sick at our house. Some of us are still sick here, so sorry that there haven't been that many videos for the last 2 weeks, but we're getting back on track now, and I'm feeling well enough to start making videos again, so that's exciting. So I will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful day, and many blessings, guys. Bye.